we're going to coach on 4 things
Okay.
at Pink's. This is fresh. This is,
Yeah.
15
It might suck.
hours ago.
It's fine.
We're going to coach to our KPIs.
Mm-hmm.
So our KPIs, we have 4 of them. We like 4s at Pink's. We need 3 estimates per day because you don't get a job unless you send an estimate first.
Mm-hmm.
So we coach our franchisees, go get 3 estimates a day.
Yep.
The next one is close rate. I send out 100 estimates in a month, 50 closed, as in that they became business. That's a 50% close rate. The next one is recurring revenue. We need a lot of recurring revenue at Pink's. And then the last one is how connected you are within your community. We measure that via Google reviews and 100-person referral list. So that's one. So zooming back out, we're coaching on 4 things. So we coach to our KPIs. Those are the drivers of the business. 2, we coach to leadership. So we want to be extremely effective leaders, and we want to empower our franchisees and give them the tools to be leaders. John Maxwell, he's written more leadership books than anyone else on the planet and in the history of the world. John Maxwell, he's like the official like Pink's mentor. Monthly call with John, but then we take his principles, we download them within our team, and then we download those to our franchisees, and we want them to be good leaders. So how to hire, how to fire, how to treat a customer, how to influence people, all that. So we're going to coach to leadership. The next one, we're going to coach to revenue. So you know how they say in business, revenue is like the cure-all. Like you can have like a million things wrong, but if revenue is right, then you're kind of fine.
Yeah. Always.
So we are going to make sure our franchisees are driving revenue, and our coaches at Pink's, and I'm a coach too, by the way. We're teaching and like walking with our franchisees to drive revenue. So like, what does that practically look like? Let's say I send out 10 estimates in a week and I email them or I text them over to somebody. Hey, I'm going to clean your exterior windows and it's going to cost $100, and I'm going to clean your interior windows and it's going to cost $100. Let's say I email that to you and you don't respond. Well, me as a coach, I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to call the prospect at this point and try to close a deal. And then we're going to coach our franchisees. Good. Get another one.
Thank you.
I'll keep you going. So we're going to coach to revenue. And then the last piece is we're going to coach to compliance. So
compliance always exists.
It does. And so compliance, like whenever you...
How do you have compliance in Windows?
Well, it's compliance within the franchise. So whenever you buy a Pink's, there's a franchise agreement, and there's all these things you agree to. I'm going to wear the uniform this way. I'm going to make sure the van is a Dodge ProMaster with this exact wrap. And we like set all that up for them. There's revenue, like compliance things. Like, hey, if you're not doing a certain amount of revenue, you're out of compliance. So we're going to coach to compliance. And that's kind of like the floor. So those are the 4 ways. Now I just presented it to the partners. They might say, that's stupid. We're not doing that. But that's what came to me in the sauna this morning.
It works.
I guess.
Dang.
I was just laying there and I said, oh, wow. I think I got something.
There's like the magical thoughts that happen to you when you're in the sauna.
Well, it's not just a sauna. For me, it's when I'm clear-headed.
Right.
And I think if you're in any leadership role, honestly, in any role at all, and you want to think about your life, I think being clear-headed is the best way to do it. So for some people, it's like, I'm going to go on a walk, or I'm going to go watch the sunrise every day, or I'm going to just like have that quiet place. And these things, they make me not
like,
clear-headed.
It's poison in your brain.
Yeah. It's like, because this thing, like if I'm on Twitter, I'm not thinking, I'm just consuming someone else's thoughts. And maybe sometimes that generates a thought, but I kind of have to like put this thing away to like
physically
really
put it away.
Really like dive deep. Well, when I'm in the sauna and I'm with this thing, like this is like within...
It lives with you.
5 feet of me for like all day, every day.
I know.
It's kind of annoying. But whenever I can step away, and when I'm in the sauna, it's 185 degrees in there. I can't bring the phone in because then you'll get the notice.
Yeah.
It's overheating.
It's dying.
And so it's like forced time to be quiet and to be creative. And it's helpful. I think.
Well, I think people don't think about like, what are the primary factors that actually create like positive outcomes, like being clear-headed, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing that I think is way more important than that even is Okay, if being clear-headed's really valuable to me and I get the best performance,
Mm-hmm.
how do I make it as easy as possible to be clear-headed?
Yes. And
Right?
that's why I spent $3,500 on a sauna,
Right.
which that's a lot of money, I think. $3,500 sauna to put in my house.
Mm-hmm.
But if that $3,500 gets me 20 minutes a day of like really clear thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
is it actually expensive?
Right.
I don't know. But
'Cause
I
there's
can
only-
go a lot of ways with
Well,
that.
'cause but if you think about it, most people kind of work in sports. They do only their really valuable things in certain small windows.
Right.
Like I can only be really productive for so many minutes in a day, and or otherwise I end up finding myself doing like busy work. Right? You have emails or you have
Which you kind of have
meetings,
to do. At
which
some
you
point.
have
Yeah.
to do. But if you're super scheduled, which like let's say the average professional is super scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
You got 8 hours in a day because that's what the average person's supposed to be doing, and you're scheduled for 4 or 5 or 6 of them. You've only got 2 or 3 or 4 hours a day where you can actually do like deep like thought.
Right.
And how do you actually create a really productive like environment that's conducive to getting
Absolutely.
good stuff done?